Stay tuned for scenes from the next Party of 5.
If you're missing baseball, and who isn't these days, hurry into McDonald's now for the hottest video value in town. Get Field of Dreams for just $5.99 when you buy any extra value meal or large sandwich, only at McDonald's today.
1-800-COLLECT presents Politeness Man.
Hello. Being the champion of courtesy, I get lots of letters. Oh, my. Not to mention countless 1-800-COLLECT calls, which I graciously accept. Yet there's always that one person who calls collect the rude way by dialing 0. Here's how I deal with it. Hello?
0 dial collect call for Politeness Man. Do you accept?
Accept what? The exorbitant amount of money I'll have to spend on this call? Money that could go to save the whales, the rainforest, the ozone layer? Guaranteeing the children of the world a better tomorrow?
Well,
My thoughts exactly. Remember, it's 1-800-COLLECT for savings.
I'm a grown-up. I know I need a nutritious breakfast, but a tiny magic voice inside me says, oh, frosting! I think fat and salt are a big no-no. I know, go for taste!
Relax. With Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats, you can have it both ways. For the adult in you, whole grain wheat, 98% fat-free, no salt added. For the kid in you, lightly frosted, great taste.
I know what always gets a gold star from me. The frosting!
The makers of Children's Tylenol Cold know kids have all kinds of colds.
My nose gets so stuffy.
My throat's on fire.
That's an egg on my hand because my fever's so hot.
It's like the worst cough you ever heard.
Drip, drip, drip. It's disgusting.
Different kids, different symptoms, but they only need just one medicine. Children's Tylenol Cold plus Cough. It's the only one that relieves every major cold symptom, so everyone feels great. Children's Tylenol Cold plus Cough. The only one you need. Also in new chewables.
We dare you to get 2 levels of tampon protection in one box.
2 in one box?
Finally. New Playtex multi-pack.
Super for heavy days.
Regular for light. In one box. New Playtex multi-pack. The only one that dares to give you 2.
Next Wednesday on Party of 5.
You're just jealous because I have someone and you don't. Someone like that I don't need. Who the hell do you think you are, Will? You have no right to talk about her like that.
When exactly did it become your right to say what I could and couldn't do?
We're living together. I'm allowed to say you can't date other guys.
You look great. Then again, when do you not?
Thursday, when Gina gives Martin a whole new image, it makes him a star.
You made somebody who's already annoying more annoying?
Martin, then move over, Sinatra. Kyle's making his singing debut.
I embrace a song like I embrace a woman.
So that's what? Once a year?
Living Single. Ice Cube hosts a night of brand new episodes Thursday.
Coming up next on the news at 10, the solicitor backs off. Sergio Franco is apparently off the hook tonight.
And a cop gets busted for DUI. The story's next on the news at 10.
Friday on Fox's High Voltage Double Feature, when a monstrous mutation takes human form.
Nothing matters but breeding.
It chooses Mantis as its next mate. A brand new Mantis. Then...
I'd like to know why this policewoman would suddenly dig up the bones of a man who's been missing for 50 years.
It travels through time.
You're sure it was him?
I know it was him.
Marks its victims.
Word sister was carved into her chest.
And moves in for the kill. A brand new X-Files after Mantis. Friday on Fox.
How does a Shoney's chicken combo for only $4.99 sound? Southwest chicken with fries sounds great. So does cordon bleu with soup. Or how about blackened chicken and onion rings? Now Shoney's 5 new grilled chicken sandwiches come with your choice of fries, onion rings, or soup, plus a drink for only $4.99. But hurry, combos this good for only $4.99. Don't come around often.
Fox 24 WTAT-Charleston. This is the news at 10.
He's been accused of brutally murdering his wife, Rosemary, but tonight, Sergio Franco is a free man. Good evening, I'm Carolyn Murray.
And I'm Bob Knowles. We'll have the very latest on the Sergio Franco case, the surprising turn it took today, and more on the water problem in Georgetown. But first, something that's affecting all of us here in the Low Country, it's the cold weather.
That's right. Right now, let's check in with Keith Nichols to find out about these very cool temperatures. Keith?
Thanks, Caroline. Good evening, everybody. Indeed, the coldest air of the year settling in over the low country. In fact, this will probably be the first night below freezing in the Charleston area since February 27th of last year. Now, here's what we expect for tonight statewide. About 28 degrees in the city. As you go back, Somerville, Walterboro, points west of Highway 17A, look for temperatures in the 23 to 25 degree range. So protect those pipes, pets, and plants indoors tonight. But below freezing all the way across and extremely cold in the upstate. Greenville looking for a low tonight of 13 degrees. In addition, it looks like some freezing rain and sleet may start in the state sometime late tomorrow afternoon. Don't think it's going to make it here, but it's still very tricky at this point in time. We'll keep a closer look on that and talk more about that in the weather in just a little while. Guys?
Thanks very much, Keith. Well, one-time accused wife killer Sergio Franco is now in the clear and free to do what he wants for now.
That's right. The state has dropped the murder charges against him. Solicitor David Schwacke made the stunning announcement in a late afternoon news conference. He says the case will not go to the grand jury this week as planned because there's not enough evidence against Franco. Schwacke says it was a tough decision.
Our dismissal of the case is not, nor should it be taken as, a finding of innocence. While Mr. Franco will no longer be subject to the arrest warrant or its bond conditions, he very much remains the primary suspect in this murder.
Schwacke says if more evidence turns up, Franco could be charged with murder again. But as of right now, Franco can get his passport back and can go anywhere without telling authorities. Well, Sergio Franco is a free man, and tonight he's going on air for the first time.
Our John Mills has the exclusive story.
Sergio Franco, well coached by his lawyers, is now speaking exclusively with us about being a free man again.
I want to be able to be left alone for a while, you know, just have some solitude and just to be able to grieve properly, you know.
Speaking from New York for the first time, Franco told me about his wife Rosemary, who he's accused of stabbing 27 times and shooting twice.
Is there anything you want to say about your wife?
Oh, about her? She was the most beautiful thing that ever happened to my life, and to just the thought of being accused of doing that to her is repulsive.
Franco also is saying thanks to the people who have supported him since the murder last August.
People who know me, know my nature and know my character, they know that I could never have done that, so that speaks by itself.
Franco is still in New York, but he's planning to come back to Charleston and start a new life somewhere. Probably, he says, in the restaurant business again. Sergio Franco knows this may be the best news he's ever heard. He also knows he may never have to come back to this courthouse. John Mills, the News at 10.
Now, Assistant Solicitor Spence Roddy flew to Pittsburgh today to give the news to Rosemary Franco's family in person. We tried to contact her family tonight. Our calls were not returned. A big reason Sergio Franco is free is his lawyer, Andy Savage. Savage came to our newsroom when he heard the solicitor's announcement. I spoke with him about Sergio Franco being off the hook for now. What do you think of the solicitor said, I'm not taken to trial now, but I reserve the right to do it later on?
Well, I think what the solicitor was saying is that their evaluation of the case at this point leads to the conclusion that they don't have evidence to go to trial. I'm sure that the solicitor and the police department will continue to pursue this case and hopefully find the killer of Rosemary. That's what we've been asking them to do from the beginning.
You're saying that there's no way Sergio Franco murdered his wife?
Absolutely, unequivocally. We said that from day one. We knew where he was that day. We knew how strong his alibi was. We knew the people he was with, where he had been. We have cash receipts for the stores he was in that day. Certainly he did not do that.
Savage also says Franco did not hire anyone to kill his wife and does not know who committed the murder of Rosemary Franco. Franco is expected back in Charleston tomorrow.
And in other news tonight, Georgetown residents are still not supposed to drink their water.
Or even to use it to cook. This because 15,000 gallons of contaminated water leaked from the Georgetown steel mill into the town's main water supply. Georgetown has been without drinking water since around 11 this morning. 2 people were taken to the hospital earlier today after being exposed to the water. Now, officials are manning a command post to warn people of potentially dangerous chemicals involved. Here's what an official with the health department told us.
There's a potential skin irritant if people are bathing.
There's a slight toxicity involved, but right now we've got a lot of questions there.
Again, anyone who gets water from the city of Georgetown is being warned not to drink it. But this is new information. You can bathe in this water. That graphic there is incorrect. You can bathe in the water in Georgetown. We're told even boiling the water will not take the dangerous chemicals out if you're going to drink it. Your alternative is to use bottled water. If you develop skin or eye irritation, you're asked to call the local hospital immediately.
And a late-night one-car accident on Johns Island is turning out to be a criminal case involving a police officer.
A Charleston County Sheriff's deputy is charged with drunk driving, and his career is in jeopardy. The car is totaled, smashed against a tree. The driver in the hospital charged with drunk driving. The twist? The driver, Sam Coaxum, is a Charleston County Sheriff's deputy charged with DUI. The Highway Patrol is handling the case. They say Coaxum refused a breathalyzer test, but is charged with DUI based on how he smelled and behaved. Was the drunk driving charge based upon the strong odor of alcohol and what the trooper saw then?
Yes, sir.
What, did he see any bottles or containers for alcohol?
Not to my knowledge.
Anything other than the smell of alcohol?
And his demeanor.
2 other Charleston County Sheriff's deputies were arrested for drunk driving not so long ago. One was fired, one is on leave with pay. Sam Coaxum's problem may be compounded because at the time he was driving a county vehicle. The DUI charge may be the least of Deputy Coaxum's problems. He may also be out of a job. There is a county employee policy against drinking and driving. It prohibits it. Does that mean if you break that rule that you're fired?
If you drink and operate a county car, you're subject to disciplinary action. The extent of the disciplinary action in this case will be left up to the sheriff.
A career hangs in the balance with the department that does not want to be linked to another drunk driving deputy. Deputy Coaxum is in intensive care at MUSC with some internal injuries.
A major turnaround in the O.J. Simpson murder case. In a surprise move today, Simpson's defense says it has given up trying to keep genetic evidence from the jury. This means pretrial hearings will not last as long as expected. And in a separate hearing, Judge Lance Ito also suggested the jury may be sequestered January 11th.
A fire and explosion at Wild Dunes last night is being called an accident. Fire officials tell us workers on the roof of Linkside condos put out a smaller fire earlier in the day yesterday, but it smoldered and turned into a full blaze. No one was injured, but several people were left homeless. No word yet how much damage the fire cost in dollars.
Believe it or not, members of the new Republican-controlled House of Representatives are spending their first day working late. Lawmakers are busy passing measures aimed at changing the way the House does business, and Charleston's own Mark Sanford is in the Capitol with them today.